The opportunity for showers and thunderstorms today, some of which may be throwing out a wee bit of hail. Let's talk about it in this Thursday edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. Good morning. It's Thursday, the 21st of March, 2024. I'm Texas Storm Chasers Bully-in-Chief David Reimer. It's already a bit of a wet one out there with scattered showers and a couple of storms this morning. Otherwise, we're going to see more of that this afternoon into this evening. Let's just take a look at the severe weather outlook for this afternoon and evening. Now, there is a low chance for a thunderstorm near the middle and upper Texas coast to become severe this morning with gusty winds, hail, and maybe a brief tornado. But in all likelihood, we're going to have to wait until this afternoon and this evening for the chance of more numerous thunderstorms, some of which could be severe with up to golf ball size hail, localized damaging wind gusts up to 70 miles an hour, and there is a a very low threat of a tornado in proximity of the Gulf Coast in southeast Texas this afternoon. By far, if we do have rowdy thunderstorms today, the probability of them producing hail is far higher comparatively than that of damaging winds or a tornado. All right, let's take a look at the high-res rapid refresh model for today, tonight, and tomorrow. You can see scattered showers and storms this morning becoming a bit more numerous as we head into the afternoon across East Texas, Southeast Texas, Brazos Valley, the Arklatex, Northeast Texas. But if we do have the opportunity across North Texas for some clearing early this afternoon, we could see a second round of thunderstorms develop in northwest Texas, the big country. Those would shift east into North Texas, Texoma, with the potential for some of those to also produce hail and gusty winds. Otherwise, plenty of rain today with heavy rainfall potentially causing street flooding and localized flash flooding. Widespread severe thunderstorm activity, tornadoes, all that, probably not on the bingo card for today. But again, as we take one last look at this, you can see, we're going to see an uptick in activity across southeast Texas, Brazos Valley, and southeast Texas, East Texas this afternoon and this morning, and then another round later this afternoon into tonight. Did I get you tongue-tied enough? That sure was enough for me. Forecast rain totals over the next couple of days, and this is mainly for today, tonight, and tomorrow morning, with the chance for some rain to continue across the Arklatex, East Texas, Southeast Texas Friday morning before moving out by around lunchtime with clearing skies thereafter. You can see we're expecting the heaviest rains across Southeast Texas into East Texas, 1 to 2 inches of rainfall possible. We may see some localized heavier amounts, especially closer to the Gulf Coast between Victoria and Houston down to the coast, and then also across East Texas, the potential for a spotty 2 to 3 inch rainfall total possible. Otherwise, as we take a look at the remainder of the state, the potential for 1/4 to 1.5 inches of rain, places like northwest Texas, North Texas down to central Texas, the Arklatex into the coastal plains, and south central Texas along the lower Rio Grande Valley coast, lower Texas Gulf Coast, really, and to the middle Texas coast. So not bad, but at the same time, widespread flash flooding is not expected today or tonight. That'll leave us mostly dry Friday afternoon, mostly dry Saturday, and mostly dry for a good chunk of Sunday. Now, as we get into Sunday, we're going to see a impressive storm system take shape over the plains of the United States, the potential for an all-out blizzard in portions of New Mexico, Colorado, Kansas, into Wyoming and Nebraska. On the warm side of this, we're going to see gusty winds on Sunday from the south-southeast, pretty warm across the state. Late Sunday afternoon, but more likely Sunday evening into Monday morning, a narrow line of thunderstorms will likely develop along a cool front across the eastern Texas Panhandle into northwest Texas. That line of storms will move east Monday morning, with the best chance for some of that activity across areas north of Interstate 10, Texoma, North Texas, Central Texas, the Hill Country, east into the Arklatex, the Brazos Valley, Southeast Texas, East Texas, into Sunday night and Monday morning, maybe early Monday afternoon. We'll have to refine the timing as we get a bit closer, but a pretty narrow line of storms, but there could be some spotty hail, gusty winds, maybe a spin-up tornado. We'll have to see if we have any chance for a locally higher threat of severe weather Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening across northwest Texas and western Oklahoma. But at this point, a major limiting factor for a more substantial severe weather threat will be limited moisture. the activity today into Friday morning will bring some drier air in behind it, and it just doesn't look like we're going to have all that much time for more tropically rich moisture to make it back inland from the Gulf of Mexico, thus limiting the potential for a more substantial severe weather threat. Because, I mean, if we had moisture, this would be a pretty impressive severe weather outbreak in all likelihood across Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, with a very impressive surface low pressure, impressive low-level wind shear. But at this point, it looks like moisture is going to be a major limiting factor. But we'll keep an eye on it just in case. Otherwise, that's going to be the next chance of rain, and it's not going to last very long. You can see it'll be east of the state by Monday afternoon before we see a more pronounced, impressive line of storms fire up during the afternoon hours and evening hours Monday across portions of Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, with some cooler air trying to filter in on the backside of this system in the form of a cool front. Wildfire forecast. I had a brain fart, so we're just going to splice this in. The potential for moderate to high fire danger activity across the Panhandle, West Texas, down to the Permian Basin, Edwards Plateau, Davis, Guadalupe Mounds, Trans-Pecos, Big Bend region of Southwest Texas, into the borderland around El Paso, far West Texas for today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Overall, the highest fire danger potential relatively will be across the western third of Texas as we continue into the weekend. We do not expect a substantial amount of wildfire activity, but the good news is initial attack efforts should be mostly successful given the lack of more extreme fire danger potential over the next few days. We'll have to keep an eye on Sunday as we're going to see an uptick in winds and temperatures west of a dry line as that impressive storm system takes shape of the United States. All right, temperatures over the next 5 days. Here's today. It's going to be cool across portions of the Brazos Valley, North Texas, the Arklatex, East Texas, thanks to the chance of rain and cloud cover. Highs in the middle to upper 60s. Otherwise, the remainder of the state, upper 60s to 70s, with 80s confined to the Rio Grande Valley, Rio Grande Plains, deep South Texas. Tomorrow, we're going to bump it up into the 90s in the Rio Grande Valley, Rio Grande Plains, low to middle 90s in places like Brownsville, McAllen, up to Laredo, Del Rio. We'll see cool conditions continue in the Arklatex, North Texas, with 60s to right around 70. Otherwise, the remainder of the state, 60s in the Panhandle, 70s to right around 80 for the remainder of Texas. Tomorrow, Saturday, we'll see 60s, northern third of Texas, 70s to low to middle 80s, the remainder of the state. A pretty nice day shaping up. Sunday, it's going to get windy. We're going to see temperatures 60s, Texoma, the Arklatex, 70s, the remainder of the state, with the exception of the Big Bend into the Edwards Plateau, Rio Grande Plains, 80s likely. And then on Monday, you can see Crashy the cool front coming in on the backside of our departing storm system. Highs in the 40s, blustery north winds in the Panhandle, 50s West Texas, Northwest Texas. Otherwise, we'll see 60s, 70s to middle 80s. We'll keep an eye on the transfer of the cool front to see if this will be one of those days where we have high temperatures towards noon versus the late afternoon, with falling temperatures thereafter. But regardless, after this, we should see high temperatures on Tuesday, probably in the 60s, 70s, at least statewide across the state. That'll be it for your Thursday morning edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. We'll be keeping an eye on the thunderstorm potential this afternoon, posting updates as needed. And we always appreciate everyone who's been hitting that big old subscribe button on the Texas Weather Center YouTube channel. We are almost at 20,000 subscribers. We'll have to do something special for that. And as always, we appreciate all your feedback, good and bad. It helps us make better content for you all. You can get your local weather forecast out of your neighborhood anytime you want, along with the interactive weather radar and the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app. Just search for Texas Storm Chasers where you download apps for your device. We'll keep an eye on things. Otherwise, y'all have a great Thursday. We'll chat with y'all again at the latest Friday morning. Have a good one. God bless.